One is what a changing climate is going to bring for us. Greater variability of weather patterns, more droughts, more floods, the ability to cope with both less water and more water. The second thing is, I think, persuading the public that water is a precious, finite, incredibly valuable resource. It's not something that is simply always available.
Getting people to pay attention and think about their water use, indeed where their water comes from in the first place, where people are quite disconnected from the sources of water that supply them in terms of actually being aware of it, and what impacts that has on rivers and streams and so on. There's a big communication challenge that will always be with us, I think.
I think the biggest challenge about managing water resources and flooding in the UK is that it is such a complicated domain. There are an awful lot of players in it, an awful lot of difficulties, and the impacts on individuals and organisations are huge.
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges facing water management in the future in the UK is the volatility of future resource availability, and we've seen the last year or so switch from flood to drought, and that pattern is likely to continue. We can't predict exactly what we're going to see in terms of water resource reliability. So I think the key challenge is coming up with methods and procedures that can cope with that uncertainty and that potentially increased volatility.
The biggest challenges in managing water really are making sure that we have the right information to make decisions at the right time, and ensuring that all the organisations are joined up, so we have joined up messaging, so and also that we have the right infrastructure in place to do those things.
But I think the key opportunities are to build on the really innovative climate science and understanding of hydrological systems that we're developing in the UK, based on a whole range of sophisticated tools and increasingly sophisticated understanding of the way the climate system works. And I think that's a benefit and potential massive opportunity, not just in the UK, but we can also export our skills and experience worldwide.
Making sure that we build in water resilience, making sure there's enough water for people to use, and flood resilience, making sure we can cope with too much water when it happens. These are really exciting things in terms of the skills required, the engineering required, the responses required, and the policies that we need to put in place.
I think there are real opportunities in sort of new developments that are available in improving the situation. So, for example, the science is improving all the time, so that will help our decision-making process, provided we build that into everything else.
There's a big opportunity with mobile phones and tablets and people's use of the internet, etc., in terms of beaming information on their own water use and understanding the links to the water cycle. So that technological breakthrough that's happened in the last 10 years does provide an opportunity.
For me, the biggest opportunity is a much greater investment in technology. There's quite a lot of talk about the challenges of Britain having an increasing population. I think that's quite a boring message, actually, and no one's really interested in that. It would be much more exciting to say we will solve that quite easily with technical innovation, and in fact innovation will help us not only overcome that problem but also the shortage we have at the moment.
If one of the key opportunities is actually to harness the world-leading environmental science and expertise that there is in UK institutions, both in the Met Office, the Environment Agency and in academia, to provide much better flood warnings, much better indications of drought, much better advice to users and the general public.